Hi, I'm Tiphany Hall, Chief Growth Officer here at Aesthetic Record, and welcome to Scale in 7, a series built in partnership with Sunbit, a buy now, pay later solution integrated in your AR point of sale. Our goal is to help you to grow smarter and more profitable through the highest opportunity season of the year. Throughout this series, we're going to break down simple strategic shifts you can make inside your practice to drive more revenue, more conversions, and more confident patients. These sessions are meant to be fast and actionable so you can get the benefits without investing too much time. But as a thank you for joining us, we've got some great prizes for just showing up and others that you can win when you complete our Scale in 7 challenge. With that, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Adrian Valente, Director of Training and Enablement at Sunbit. Adrian, welcome to the webinar.
Tiphany, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Really exciting what's going on with Aesthetic Record and Sunbit. So I'm actually really curious, with all your experience, what are the big challenges during the holidays for med spa practices?
I think it's just so busy, Adrian, that they're just trying to survive because they're just chaos everywhere, all around them. And so the big issue is that it has to be efficient, easy, and really mindless or seamless for the front desk or the providers to do it, or they're just too busy to get it done. So I think what we have today to show it is easy, it is frictionless, so it's going to make it simple and they can really capitalize on that. But the biggest issue is just there are patients everywhere in Q4, everywhere.
I guess the last thing you need is something that's going to junk up the process and, harm the ability to move quickly. So I'm with you there. So I'm really excited to talk a little bit about your practice's secret weapon for holiday growth, the ability to quickly help people say yes to treatment and allow them to pay over time without it being a messy, cumbersome process. Buy now, pay later is something you don't really expect to see locally at brick and mortar establishments at the point of sale. You typically see it online when you're shopping for stuff. So what's really exciting about what Aesthetic Record and Sunbit are doing together is bringing the power of buy now, pay later to aesthetics. But of course, there are other solutions. Why do we even need this stuff in the first place? Well, when you look out there, we've been seeing this in the news repeatedly over the years, that a lot of folks struggle when it comes to putting together cash for unbudgeted needs or wants. You got 40% of Americans unable to put together $400 for an unexpected or unbudgeted expense. When you look at $1,000, it goes up to about 59%. And we also see that a lot of folks nationwide are skipping or delaying recommended treatment due to cost, that being one of the biggest points of friction. I'm sure you've probably seen this over and over again in your experiences. So how do we alleviate that stress for folks while helping the practice grow at the same time? And this is why the partnership with Aesthetic Record and Sunbit is so important, because during the holidays, you'll be able to leverage the tools to see a boost in approvals. With Sunbit, more than 50% of folks are getting approved over other buy now, pay later options. And because we're opening up access to more folks, you're also going to see a boost in patients being able to say yes. And even folks who don't necessarily need it might just appreciate the convenience of it, helping them do more, and thus increasing the average treatment size for folks. So then why Sunbit specifically, especially during the holidays? Well, you have a lot of folks that might be doing financing for other things in their lives. And thus the approval rate becomes incredibly important, because you and your team want to feel comfortable and confident knowing that the financing you're offering folks are going to approve them. You don't want to deal with embarrassing declines and hard credit checks, but with Sunbit, you don't have to worry about any of that, because 90% are getting approved. It takes a couple of seconds. There's no hard credit check, no fees, no funny business, no penalties, no gotchas, and every approval is seeing a true no-interest option when they select a 3-month plan. And your practice is getting paid out right away, no matter what. Now, this is all great. You got the tools. You understand the need. So what can you actually start doing right now that's going to help drive things forward? And our recommendation is to keep it simple. Use simple language. Whenever you mention a dollar amount, whether it's an estimate or an invoice, or maybe you're just ballparking numbers, right on the heels of that, say, by the way, you don't got to pay for all that today. By the way, you don't have to pay for all that at once. A lot of our patients really like splitting that up into monthly payments. Do it all the time. Oh, you ever see buy now, pay later? Yeah, we got that too. All sorts of different ways you can find the right language that fits your tone and approach with folks. So payment path is the simplest way to explore payment plans. Now, explore being the key word there. And I'm about to show you why, because one of the biggest differentiators with Sunbit is the fact that we're giving you visibility, access, control, at a level we've never seen before. Even if you've been using Sunbit, what we're about to show you are some exciting new features to really supercharge how you've been using Sunbit today. And one of the first things to look for is the Explore Payment Plans button. Ooh, I really like this thing because it allows you to quickly send a link that both you and the patient can explore from your separate devices. This allows you to guide them through it. So they have their screen, you have your screen, they have their customized numbers from Sunbit, and you get to see all that stuff too. That way you can help them through what they're considering, navigate the options and treatment recommendations in tandem together. And that's key. This helps to build a lot on the trust, bonding, and rapport that you have with folks. Because that transparency is important, that visibility is key. So on your screen, even if you got a new team member, when they click that Explore button, there's a pop-up that explains how it works. And that's pretty nice, right? Keeps it nice and simple. You get a quick reminder, and that's also language you can relay to the patient, which is also very helpful, right? So it's giving you help with the talk tracks right there. And then you put in a phone number or email address and select which one you want to send that link to. And then it's going to pop open on their phone, and you're going to get a status update right on your screen letting them know, like, hey, the link has been shared with the patient. Now, when they open the link, you're also going to see on your screen that they open the link. When they're putting in their personal details, you're going to see on your screen that they're putting in their personal details. And as soon as they get approved, you're going to see how much they're approved for too. And right here is where we get to talk about options. Here, we now know what their full purchasing power is. And here we can start to help them navigate the planning and budgeting process for your treatment recommendations and start plugging in numbers like a big fancy monthly payment calculator to see what their customized, personalized payment plan options are. Even if Tiphany and I had the exact same credit score, we would get different numbers because with Sunbit, you're more than your credit score. And all of this is hyper customized, which is exciting. But what's even better is the fact that you can see it too. You don't really see this with other financing options. And I understand you're pretty excited about this too, but why?
I love this because if you wait until the end of the whole visit, it's too late. I want to know at the consultation, what can you do for me, provider? It's all about me, right? What can you do for me? What's it going to cost me? Can I afford this? And if the answer is yes, let's do it. If the answer is no, is there a better path for me to actually afford it? Or I just downright can't do it. So I think if we wait too long, we lose the golden opportunity to get the patient to say yes and actually get treatment. So I love this idea that before they even make up their mind, we can give them all the options, give them the landscape, and they can say yes confidently, knowing that they can get this thing paid for in a really easy monthly payment plan.
So as you help folks navigate and find the payment plan that works best for them, this will help them say yes. And then all you got to do is remind them, wonderful. Just make sure that when we send you the final invoice, just select Sunbit at checkout. And having that option laid out, just like you would when you're shopping online with the same ease and convenience that Buy Now, Pay Later provides, but with the confidence that Sunbit technology empowers you with, knowing 9 out of 10 people are getting approved, and when folks are selecting their plan at checkout, their payment plan is done in just a couple of more seconds. They just put in some debit card details, a valid bank issued checking account backed debit card for the amount due at checkout. They finalize the agreement, make sure everything looks good, and even if they get all the way to the last screen and decide to back out, that's okay too. You don't commit to anything until you actually say so at the very end, because Sunbit wants to play fair. You know, so many financing options don't. But I know I went into the weeds. Did I cover it all?
You did, and I love the fact that there's visibility across all people involved. I do think what you mentioned about you send a link and it kind of goes into the black hole and no one knows if they're going to fill it out, if they know what they're looking at, they understand it. I think the fact that you can go through this step by step with your patient, walk them down the path, what does this mean for you, answer their questions if they have any about, you know, what does this mean for me to have financing versus paying you today? Is there a difference in the cost because of this? It's always a big concern. Is it going to charge me more because I'm doing it this way instead of this way? You can get those questions answered right there in the room, get through all of their concerns or objections, and get to the yes. I just think the ability to be in lockstep with your patient, it builds trust, which we all know we need as a provider. It builds trust, it builds confidence from the patient to your practice, and also just helps you get to yes, which I think at the end of the day is the goal, is to get patients full correction, full treatment plans, the full gamut, so that they look and feel great, and you have a great result as well. So Adrian, I'm a big fan of this whole process and this transparency. I think this new tool that we've launched with you guys is just remarkable and it's going to have a big impact for our practices.
So I'd love for you to meet Bella Vita Med Spa. Now, Bella Vita Med Spa, they're located in Killeen, Texas. They opened just back in 2022. And they specialize in body contouring, laser hair removal, injectables. And I'd love for you to actually hear from Stacy, the owner of Bella Vita. So we're going to go ahead and cue that up for you right now.
My name is Stacy. I own Bella Vita Med Spa in Killeen, Texas. So prior to bringing Sunbit on, we had another financing company that we were using, and we were having a hard time getting people approved. And when they did get approved, they would approve them for $100 or $200, which is not enough, in the med spa world to be approved for. Since we brought Sunbit on, it has more than doubled our approvals and the amount that they're getting approved for as well. So we're getting more people qualified for larger amounts, which has really helped increase our business. They are approved within seconds. It helps, they know how much they have to spend, and they're willing to spend more because they have the financing available now. If another med spa was interested in bringing on Sunbit, I would say 100% do it. It cannot hurt you in any way. Bringing on Sunbit can only improve your sales. It can't take away from anything you have. Try it. It works. It absolutely does. Try it. If you hate it, you don't have to keep it, but I guarantee you're going to love it.
Now, it's always good hearing from one of our own, an actual practice who's using the same tools you have, telling their story. Because before Sunbit and Aesthetic Record, like a lot of practices, or maybe like what you're experiencing now before Sunbit, were low approval rates, long, cumbersome applications with invasive questions. And then on top of that, maybe some old school traditional financing doing hard credit checks and dinging people when they get declined. But you don't have any of that to worry about with Sunbit. But without having options, a lot of practices struggle when it comes to helping folks out who couldn't afford the large treatment packages because of budgeting restraints. So, looking at a practice like Bella Vita, just what Stacy was sharing with us, seeing revenue double, seeing average treatment value double, and then on top of that, seeing 50% more approvals than with other options they had experience with. So, if you haven't been using Sunbit, this is a great opportunity to learn from another owner at a busy practice who embraced offering it early and bringing it up with every consultation, making it easy to share links with folks and truly help them, consult them in the planning and budgeting process to ultimately help them say yes to treatment. So we appreciate stories like this. It helps to ground what we're doing in reality and show us what's truly possible. Because if our numbers sound too good to be true, take a look at stories like this. And I also encourage you to check out Google Reviews and Trustpilot to see what the public has to say about Sunbit, because some other financing options you can't even find reviews for. So how do you get results like Bella Vita Med Spa? Well, to recap, you want to offer it early and often. You see, if you're only bringing up financing when it's time to pay the bill, it's too late. At that point, it didn't help them in the decision-making process to say yes in the first place. So you got to meet it where stress and friction meet head on, and that's during the estimate and quote process, showing people options, because the moment you talk dollars, people need to know what their options are so they don't immediately stress about having to pay for it all at once. So share the link, bring it up with every consultation, and guide people through that fast application process. So, Tiphany, I know we covered a really great story, but anything I might have missed from your perspective?
Well, I think just to go back to the story, I mean, imagine if right now, today, you start using Sunbit. I think Stacy had 2 times the amount of ticket transactions, so doubled her revenue. She had 50% more approvals. I mean, people saying yes more often and for more money. And this Q4 time, we're all really trying to capitalize on this massive revenue influx that we get in the holiday season. To take what you're already going to get and then double it, like, wow, that's a huge benefit for the practices, for the bottom line, for the overall how you end the year, and also patients coming in and getting what they want. So I just think Stacy was really compelling in saying that this was like doubling her business by just making the choice at checkout or before, pre-checkout, to talk about Sunbits, talk about financing options, to tell the patient you can get this thing that you want today for a payment plan over time. Ideally, 3 months, no interest is great, but there's lots of different options for the patients, and walking them through it together. I think there's just so many compelling reasons why you should use it, but I think Stacy just hit the nail on the head. the revenue going up by 2x is just a massive improvement, massive increase. So kudos to her and her practice for doing such a great job, and also just for sharing her story with us. But I think if you can go get that done, I'd start doing that today to get more days in your queue before the end of the year. So I think it's an awesome opportunity for our practices, Adrian, I really do.
And that's what's important, right? We want to give people things that they can act on now.
Absolutely. And I think if you're watching this as the medical spa owner or the manager, get your staff involved, because you knowing what to do is not enough. It's the person in the room at the front desk, talking to patients on the phone. They've got to all be doing this together. And I think the prizes that we are giving away at the end are very cool for the whole practice to enjoy. So get everyone involved. Think about this as an overall practice challenge. But I think we can only give you great information, but you got to go use it. So I would compel you to get your staff involved, to get them using this as well, because it only benefits you, it benefits them, their paycheck, your paycheck, everyone's paycheck. So
looking at this Scale in 7 challenge, it's all about building your confidence, because we promise if you've used this a couple times and you still don't like it, get rid of it. But if you've done a few Sunbits, you might see the success that we're seeing with a lot of other practices who have embraced the simplicity of bringing it up early and often for folks. So how exactly are we going to motivate you to help you just get those first Sunbit transactions to see really how it works and how it helps folks? Well, the first part's already done. Just for being here, you're getting a $10 Amazon gift card, so keep an eye out for that redemption email that we'll be sending your way after this. And if you happen to complete 5 Sunbit transactions between now and the end of the year, you can win a treatment room toolkit with all sorts of goodies, especially that key light. I really like having that light because photography, video, it's everything. So we got a lot of tools to help you out there. And by the way, if you happen to do 7 transactions, there's an opportunity for you and the team to win the exclusive grand prize with the Wayfair Lux Lobby Refresh, a Sonos surround sound system, and Figs scrubs for you and the team. So whether it's the toolkit or the grand prize, lots of opportunities to help grow your practice, investing in you and the team to help more patients say yes to care and treatment. So for more resources, tips, and terms and conditions for the Scale in 7 challenge, be sure to head over to sunbit.com/aesthetic record. And if you need additional help, we have a dedicated support team on standby for you. AR support at sunbit.com. And we're eager to help you with our U.S.-based call center in the beautiful state of Nevada, because we don't outsource collections or support to anybody. We handle it with Sunbit employees. Tiphany, really exciting about this Scale in 7 challenge. But I mean, why are those gifts so important? Like the selfie light, all that stuff. Like, what's the deal? What should I be using that for?
the figs, the big prizes, figs are awesome. We love them here. We have them all with our name on them. I think Sonos, to have your lobby have amazing sound, is a huge part of the ambiance of your practice, and patients love a good ambiance. And then Wayfair, who doesn't want a big, giant gift card to redo their lobby, to redo the waiting area to make it a really awesome experience for the patients. So all 3 are awesome gifts as far as the raffle goes at the end, or the big prize. And I think the 5 as well. But the real win here, Adrian, the real big win here is that your practice starts to use this tool. And what is the downside? Like, I've yet to find a downside. So if I try it for 7 times and I get double the revenue, double the patient approvals, and life is great, and I don't keep doing it, first of all, I'm crazy, but you still got 7 great transactions. And if you don't do it, you get nothing. So there is no downside to just trying it out. And I think if you get your staff to do it as well and get into the habit of asking during the consultation, during the quote process, before the checkout, just thinking about this as a precursor to all of the treatment happening, you get into a good habit of that. This is something that can take off obviously 12 months out of the year, not just for Christmas, not just for holiday season. We're trying to get you in the mode right now. So I think it's a great plan for the rest of your practices this year, next year, every year, to just start thinking about the pre-checkout process, but offering great ways to pay that are not going to prevent the patient from saying yes, and they can get what they want, and so can you, with hopefully more revenue. So I think it's a win all around, plus a chance to win some really cool stuff, which I'm all about that. So it's good for patients, good for practices.
Agreed. Tiphany, thank you so much. I'm sad we're wrapping up the series. It has been such a treat working with you and your amazing team. I can't wait to do this again.
Well, and if you guys have any questions, definitely go to their page, but also we can come to live chat support with AR, office hours. We have dedicated people who just work on our integration. So if you get stuck, or you're curious, or have an idea that you want to run by us, let us know. Please reach out to us. We want you to be successful with this and to really do an amazing job in this series, the 7 but also 70 more. So let us know if you need help. We're here to help you, and have an awesome Q4 with lots and lots of happy selling. Bye, Adrian. Thanks so much for the series. It's been great.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.